Hello, I'm Marta from the Spacewalk Game Studio team, and today I'm gonna walk you through a little sneak peek of our upcoming Metroidvania game called RIN the Last Lake. So we've just started and we are entering the world of RIN, the title character. And we are currently in a location called Final, and this is where we are born as RIN. This exact place we are in is also a kind of little tutorial, so you can sometimes see some helpful pop-up bubbles with hints. So, let me tell you a little bit more about the game. RIN the Last Child is a magical Metroidvania about free will. We play as RIN, a demigoddess who was brought to life by the Teller of Days. At the very beginning, we do not know much about her or her story, but this will change during our exploration as we will discover her history and secrets, and we will get to know the story of the Teller and other children. For now, we know that our main goal is to find our siblings, to discover what exactly happened and why the world is falling apart. During the gameplay, we can experience RIN's tale and help her discover her true purpose. Initially, RIN is almost powerless, and I mean almost because she still has the power of free will, but by finding aspects and blueprints or enchantments, we can see access to the spellcrafting, and we can make RIN much stronger than she used to be. Actually, we will meet many creatures and monsters during our adventures, so the spells will be very helpful. To craft them, we need a specific amount of the aspects, but we also need to have a blueprint of the spell we want to create. Actually, it's also up to you in most cases if you want to fight with the monsters or not. Personally, I really like slimes and I don't like hurting them, but I wanted to show you how the spells work, so yeah, I'm sorry, slime. To get into some places you will need special abilities, and fading is one of them. We can fly on the cloud in the wind, but yeah, there will be others, such as dash for example, and they will help us to get the places we couldn't go before. This is one of the, I call them magical stones that we will find, and these ones will tell us some part of the story. We can also always access the journal by pressing tab to read everything we found out once again and to track the full story and all we know. And yes, of course, in the menu we can also find the skills and abilities list, and of course the map. I should also mention that we have 3 types of spells that we can use. Here we can see the offensive spell, and we have also defensive spells and utility, which are something in between offensive and defensive. For example, there's a spell like a magic trap that lets us run away and avoid fighting with creatures. Every spell can be enchanted, but in order to do that we need to find a small or big enchanting rune. We can use them on any spell we would like to, so we can actually test which spell we like the best and make it even more powerful. Small runes can increase the spell's damage or range or make it electric, but big runes will upgrade the spell and will grant them an additional trait. So for example, we can enchant the Essence River and it will become a boomerang instead. Thanks to the magic of video editing, I could show you sooner some of the spells we have in game, and I've skipped a little bit of gameplay because I wanted to show you this specific location. In a game we can find ourselves in 5 different ones. There is a final, void, time, space and overgrowth. Each one of them is unique and has its own main theme. Also, in every location we will find unique monsters. For example, slimes will have different appearance depending on where we are. As we can see, and the void, it's looking more like a small lava worm, I would say, because the void environment was inspired by volcanic terrain. The monster's HP will also progress during the gameplay and every location, and we can meet various monsters specific for the area. I also wanted to show you the overgrowth. It's actually one of my favorites, and I think this place really gives off the dark fairy tale atmosphere we are going for. I would like to mention that all of the assets were hand painted by our talented artists, and most of the assets were inspired by nature, and this environment shows it the best in my opinion. RIN is currently in development and we are planning to add new features like fast traveling and some others. It's worth mentioning that for every location there is a boss, and every boss fight will end up with our decision. This is actually what I've meant by saying that RIN has the power of free will, because decisions we make will impact the state of the world and how the story ends. And yes, I think that's it. We've traveled a little bit together and I tried to show you the main features of the game. Actually, I encourage you to play the free demo, which will be available from mid-August on Steam. Thank you so much for watching and happy exploring!